Danny at the Pittsburgh store on Saturday mornings.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love seeing the sets. I love talking to the store. I want to keep those contacts in place too. And I'm constantly referring the people we're making their products to those stores anyway. So I'm like, I want to do that. So it just happened to be that this was the one day I was doing it. And the woman who owned Redbird Market at the time said, well, I'm afraid to say it'll be your last delivery. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? You know, she says, well, no, we've decided to close. I've talked to my husband and we're just a little burned out. It's great business, but unfortunately it's got to, you know, the town will be so sad to see it go. I was like, wow, I can't believe, you know, you didn't sell it or anything. I would think that this place is always busy. Everyone loves it. I can't believe. She goes, well, you're the first person I'm telling. And I went,
Oh, no.
oh, well, you mentioned being profitable.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I was like, can you give me your QuickBooks password and like just don't tell anyone for like 24 hours? And I literally called the accountant on the way home. She had like sent me, you know, numbers by like a few hours later. Told Ryan, she said, terrible idea.
One more thing. Perfect. Yes.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, no, I think actually you're going to run it, not me. I was like, this is more for you. You know, and then and it came to fruition. So it was lucky. What I'm trying to say is just lucky timing.
We all create our own luck. You know, you're the guy who decided that you were going to be the one delivering the sauce that day.
Yeah,
you're the one who wants to go in and meet the grocers,
them,
and the shop owners. Yeah, now you created your own luck.
It's a great little store. It churns out peanut butter. They make their own peanut butter there.
That's awesome.
They carry tons of local products.
But not just talk about the peanut butter. Like it's not just a variety of peanut butter. How many different varieties of peanut butter do you have?
They're nonstop. I mean, they've got like their 10 or 12 like signature flavors, but they'll just create new flavors for an occasion. Like Wicked, they did like a new flavor for Wicked.
That's amazing. Confession.
Yeah.
I thought there was chunky and smooth. I thought those were the two types. I didn't know there was other types.
No, go ahead. Talk about this. This is fascinating.
You ever had a Reese's peanut butter cup?
Yeah.
Okay, so they can do chocolate and peanut butter. And now you don't even need the Reese's anymore. Now you just spoon the peanut butter. It's just chocolate and peanut butter.
Use my hand.
They literally just put like chunks of chocolate and peanuts into a mill, and it comes out as it's amazing.
That is incredible.
It's just amazing. But they'll just invent new, like for the Eclipse last year, they did like an Eclipse flavored peanut butter, which I don't know what that tasted like, but no, it was, I think it was white and black. So it was like marshmallow and chocolate.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But they're just really inventive with it, and they do it right there. They do it right out in the open too. They just pour peanuts into a mill and it comes out. And, yeah.
Was the Wicked peanut butter as distasteful as I would have
Here we go.
thought?
Did it take 4 hours to make it?
And was it painful to watch it being made?
It was, yeah. There was some.
And when you actually tasted it, did you want to spit it out?
there were some, there were some. What are the? Easter egg. There were some Easter eggs in it.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, wait, in the peanut butter or in the movie?
No, in the movie. I was trying to make. I wasn't as funny or fast as you guys. I didn't know you guys had disdain.
I would have, if I had stayed through to the end of the film, I would have actually seen the Easter eggs.
Oh my God, that's right. I remember seeing on Facebook that you left in the middle of it. I was
mad at you. By the way, like
I was mad.
He left his mom inside.
Exactly, mom. Sandy. I'm out of here.
I'll be in the car. See you in 3.5 hours.
Wait, let's search for some middle ground. Do you like the musical? Have you been to see it in the theater?
Yes.
And you liked that?
Yes.
And we're
okay. Defying Gravity. Like honestly, like the end of the first half of the musical, that was really awesome, and that's sort of what I was looking for.
It's a goosebump moment. Like that's so I'm on the RBTL board. I'm a big Broadway fan. The end of Wicked Act 1 is a goosebump moment. There's only a handful of those in theater, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's a goosebumps moment.
It really is.
The movie, like
So we're on the same page?
Well, I watched the whole movie and I did not hate it. So I don't know that we're on the same page, but you
didn't love it.
It didn't live up to the musical either.
Okay.
And also
I'll take it. That's enough.
The 2 parts thing, you know what I mean?
Oh Jesus! Is it like
There's
4 hours wasn't enough? I know.
Yeah, didn't stay long enough to realize.
Next Thanksgiving, yeah. And the Cynthia who played Elphaba loved.
Yeah. Amazing, incredible.
Ariana Grande didn't love. Didn't love Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So real quickly, and then we'll get back to. Do you like Ariana Grande outside of her role as whatever?
Like as a pop star?
Yeah.
I get it's not really like targeted towards me. I don't think.
Okay.
But I don't dislike it either. Yeah. But it's also not like ever. You're never going to catch me listening to it in my car.
Right. Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion either way. To tell you the truth.
All right. There we go.
I will tell you this though. I'm a huge Saturday Night Live fan, and I love her on Saturday Night Live.
She's very talented.
She's fantastic.
Duffy loves watching her on Saturday Night Live.
Yes. Yeah. She's like down for anything. She does great bits.
Yep.
She does impersonations of other singers. Like, she's incredibly talented.
Oh, it is like Cher, right? Like I think saw that one.
Oh yeah, Cher.
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion. Exactly. Yeah.
Christina Aguilera. Yeah.
Another great seg coming my way. Paula, you mentioned you're on the RBTL board. Yeah. You're on a bunch. How many boards are you on?
4 right now.
4.
Yeah.
I owe Arnie a phone call.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Give him a call.
He toured me through back in. Well, anyway, but 4 boards. What are the 4 boards?
RBTL, St. Anne's Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Greater Rochester, and then Rochester Rotary, where I'm actually currently also serving as president.
Because you don't have enough going on in your life. Let's see. Yeah. You've got the grocery store. You've got the.
I mean, I can't imagine why Rada was like, grocery store, bad idea. No.
Yeah. You've got the podcast. You got the kids. Yeah.
I did. When they asked me to be the president of Rotary, I said yes, and they're like, "Do you want to maybe check with your wife?"
And did you?
I went home and I told her, and to be honest with you, she was like, "I understand that's a really big honor and that you really want to do it." She goes, "But you're busy." And I was like, "I know, but I have such a debt to Rotary because when I was in high school, I was an exchange student to Italy, and Rotary sent me."
Oh, interesting.
And it was honestly like the first it was just a year-long life lesson. And I really think it helped shape me into who I am today, just living in a different country for an entire year.
Yeah. We're in Italy.
It was the island of Sardinia.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude,
wow.
It was crazy. It was so good. Went to the mainland a handful of times. It was great. But the island of Sardinia was like, I basically had a year-long vacation when I was 16.
And so did you walk away speaking Italian?
See.
Yeah.
That's all I picked.
He's retained it. You retained all of it.
Oh, the worst thing, though, is I really did come away there being able to carry on a conversation. Today, I'm like 20% maybe that I can do what I used to be able to do.
Can you still understand it, though? Because that's always the harder part, is communicating.
Maybe 50% understand and like 25% speak.
Still a cool flex.
So have you seen the Stanley Tucci series on CNN? Aren't they great?
Yeah, they're so good. Yeah.
Have you seen any of those? Mm-mm. They are, Stanley Tucci just goes from town to town, just enjoying all the culinary treats from that particular town, city, village. And don't you want to hang out with Stanley Tucci?
You definitely want to hang out with Stanley Tucci. And if I could just say that was what was beautiful, is that was what I got to experience, because I went to a small town and I lived there for a year. It's not like I went to Rome and Venice, which that's amazing. I mean, I got to go to Rome, I got to go to Florence, I got to go to the cities. But most people go for a week or two. They go to Rome, they go to Florence, or wherever they're going to go. I got to stay in a small town for an entire year, so I got to really experience what it was like.
You felt more connected, right? Similar to Rochester.
Yeah, exactly. But I got to just see it be regular life for these people too. Yeah. Like we romanticized, and I had romanticized it I was only 16, but for my whole life at that time, because my grandfather was Italian, and it was just like, oh, this must be like the Mecca. And then I get there and they're just regular people. And the very first night I get there, my host mother made steak and a baked potato because she wanted me to feel at home. And I just wanted like pizza and pasta.
Of course.
I remember just walking into that house being like, it's great, but that's what my mom made last night in America.
So was there some Sardinian treats, some culinary specialty?
Yeah, a couple.
What are they?
So the big one, I had it at my wedding actually, Mirto di Sardegna, which is an alcohol.
Okay.
So I had that, and that was, and there was the alcohol age when I was in Italy, by the way. This was dangerous. Wasn't even 18. I think it's 18 now. At that time, the law stated at the discretion of whoever's selling.
Okay, well, there you go. Of knowing,
So all you really had to do, it was very well known, took me about 2 days to learn, was you had to say that you were buying it for your parents.
Oh, there you go.
All 7 bottles of limoncello are for my parents.
And then so you had the alcohol, and then what's the other?
So there was something called pistoku, which was I guess it was like baked pita bread, like the pita chips. It was kind of like pita chips.
Okay.
So that was very specific to Sardinia.
Wow.
Other than that, some of the stuff that wouldn't maybe be specific to Sardinia, but the pizza was my first. Now, like the Italian style pizza is kind of everywhere now.
Yeah.
But at that time, I grew up in small town Ohio, so all I knew was Domino's pizza. So like the pizza blew me away. That was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
They also just had more like inventive toppings. So I know you look at my physique and I wonder how he got that way. Well, it started in Italy when I learned that you could order una pizza con 4 formaggi e patatine fritte, which is a pizza with 4 cheese and French fries on the
French
pizza.
fries on the pizza?
Oh, and it was just fantastic. That was my go-to order.
Wow. I feel like my kids would love that.
And my host parents too, like they started to realize, and that's embarrassing to admit, but like they would come home with like they call pizzette, which is like a mini pizza for one person.
And you would eat 6 of them?
Oh, dude, they ended up having to buy 3 by the time. By the 3rd week I lived with them, they're like, maybe we need to get 3 for this kid.
Listen, you're indulging in the local culture. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think like the Italians weren't used to someone who's ready for a snack the minute dinner ends.
And so you bankrupted this family, and they've had no.
Dude, I remember exactly where I was. It was you were going to be with the family for 3 to 4 months. Dude, that first family. And the other thing at the time, they were doing a thing where you would stay with a family with high economic standing for 3 or 4 months, middle, and then not poverty, but sort of just above it for 3 or 4 months. And the first family was the rich family. And they got rid of me on day 1, 3 months. The 90th day, I moved to the second family.
Oh, no.
Because I was just like eating them out of their freaking house. Like, they had the Parmalat milk, and I would just go through one a day. Like, I was a 16-year-old, like.
You're a grown boy.
Sure,
Exactly. What do they expect?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Polly, it's been a pleasure. I got to keep you on time, though. You got a meeting coming up.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, somebody.
So freaking professional.
He's the best. The best.
What can I do? Anything else for Polly before he goes to his next meeting?
No, you're going to sit around. We just do a little bit of a wrap up here for a few minutes about what's playing out in Rochester, what's going on in Rochester.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Polly, before we segue into that, so great to have you.
Well, can I tell you something? I already got to tell you the thing about earlier. You truly have inspired me from day one. Your willingness to share that vulnerability about going door to door and dealing with being told no a million times, that meant the world to me, and I think about it more than you know.
That's
because
really
when
kind.
I look
Thank
at somebody
you.
as successful as you, and I know that you dealt with doors getting slammed in your face.
Still do.
I go, I can do it. He did it, I can do it because he did it. And you, Corey, being on a microphone with you is a freaking honor. This guy is so massively talented. You are one of the biggest losses in radio industry history in Rochester.
Wow.
The fact that you are
This better be a video, Alex.
you are like a juggernaut of just talent in so many different ways.
Thank you.
And just the idea of sitting on a microphone with you, what an honor that is as well.
Well, it's very mutual. It's very mutual.
And
Thank
a
you.
nice guy too.
I'll try to be.
You know,
Do my best.
just so anyway, thank you guys.
Thank you, bud, very much.
Yeah.
We should end the podcast there. We can't go any higher than that.
Really, Mille grazie.
I mean, what's going on in Rochester? It's freaking cold, man.
It's cold. It's cold.
Everything's frozen. That's about it. I did want to point this out, though. We've got good friends over at the United Way. They just launched their 2025 campaign. They raised $17 million in 2024. That'll be allocated to this year. So
That's great.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, love Jamie. We all know Jamie.
Of course. Yeah.
She's going to be a guest on the podcast at some point. She's on the short list.
Yeah, she is on the short list. Love Jamie Saunders. She is a gift to this community.
100%.
She took a lot of shit last year, and you know what? I got names. I took down names.
Get some receipts?
Yeah, I got some receipts. Yeah, man. Do not mess with that woman. She is the best.
Dude, she's a beast too. Did you hear what she went on XXI? She just did an hour of people just firing questions at her. And I loved it because she was just like, yeah, what do you want to know?
Yep.
Ask me anything.
Yep. I did hear about that, and I spoke to her afterward.
Yeah.
And that's where I started taking down names.
Yeah.
So
What else you got?
I know whose name you took down.
Do you even
I remember that episode.
Do you even know that? I don't think you know this. So tonight, it's Hot Ones. You familiar with the series Hot Ones?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
The Hot Wings interviews. Yeah.
Yeah, so tonight, there's a local company. You might even.
I know him well. Karma Sauce. Absolutely.
So I am tasting. I am one of the celebrity tasters.
Yes.
Tonight, are you going to be there? Checking out?
No, I'm not going to be there tonight. But I will tell you that okay. How are you with heat? Are you good with heat?
Mark's not good. Mark's not great.
I'm not good with heat at all. And I told them, I was like, so they've got, so let's back up. If you're not aware of and help me out here, but if you're not aware of the series, they're starting season 26. They get celebrity. So the celebrity tonight is Bad Bunny. Now I'm not going to be hanging out with Bad Bunny. He's going to be on like some monitor somewhere, and we're going to be watching the season opener. And they have 10 hot sauces. And they start from mild and they go all the way up to, nuclear. And so thankfully Karma has 2 sauces that are going to be featured. So they're number 2 and probably like number 6. I know I'm going to get through number 2 and I know I'm going to enjoy it.
Will you?
Well,
We had a dining experience not that long ago where
oh yeah,
you're a little afraid of the hot stuff.
Where is Frank's Red Hot? Just the general.
That's
hot
got to be
stuff.
like
Is that to you? Is
one.
that too hot or is that no big deal?
No, that's sort of like the threshold of.
Oh,
you're in trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble. Oh my, that's like a 1 or a 2 for this line.
I'm going to pregame. I'm like literally like I'm going to go and get a bottle, a gallon of I don't know
Milk?
my Lanta. A gallon of
too.
my Lanta and a case of Depends, and just do my best to sit through.
Do you have
this.
appointments tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, I know. I already told the guys that I work out with. There's like, listen, by the way, like I'm going to taste these. Like I'm probably gonna shit my pants and.
yeah.
So
High probability, by the way. We're not gonna. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're big
I
time
think
trouble.
you're in trouble. Frank's Red Hot is hot. That two, honestly, the 2 is like about where you're gonna tap out.
We
I
had
wish I
a
was there so bad.
we had a sales dinner. I think it was last year.
yeah.
We went to Red, and the chef likes to experiment on us for whatever reason. And he sent over some wings, and he kicked up the spice on them. Everybody at the table, I think you might have touched one and tasted the sauce.
I mean, I needed a lead glove in order to.
The judgment from this man as I'm downing these
I
wings.
could not believe it. I mean,
They were there. I didn't want to be rude.
We were at we saw the Bills game the other day at Tom. Of course, Tom and Jen Newman. Yeah, so we're Tom and Jen's. They had some Wegmans sort of like buffalo wing sauce, and so I just I took a celery stick, knocked back one bite, swallowed it. I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. I was up for 2 hours.
Remember what it was called? Born in Buffalo.
I have no idea.
We make that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Like really cheap.
Full circle.
The Wegmans.
This is so
Buffalo
So
Rochester.
wings.
what kind of pepper is in there?
Okay, it's I don't know. There is some confidentiality.
Oh, okay.
But it is listed on the ingredient statement as cayenne. It's cayenne pepper, which honestly, for what you're doing tonight, that's tame. That's tame. You're in trouble, dude. This is
Please film this.
I gotta get there. I gotta see this.
Well, what I'm thinking of doing is actually I'm thinking of live streaming it to my Facebook account.
You should.
You gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta. Yeah.
It's gonna be that bad, huh?
It's
All
gonna
right,
be really
all right.
bad.
So I may or may not be back next week. You may be on your own.
Do we have a guest? Do we have a guest lined up? Who's next week?
Let's see. The next two, yeah. So the next two guests that we're looking for, Eric Bear and Juliana Thade, concertmaster and the principal oboe for the RPO. So I've got an ask out to them, and then Todd Baxter,
Oh, I love Todd.
our sheriff. And
Todd's got a beef with me right now.
why?
I set him up. We'll talk about it when he's here.
on the merry-go-round.
This is called a
again?
tease, by the way.
On the merry-go-round.
so
The merry-go-round.
good.
Yeah, he's very good.
He just teased next episode
Oh,
without
he-
you even realizing.
Oh no, I
he
knew
did.
exactly what he was doing. No.
Okay.
I'm his Ed McMahon. Yeah.
Mark, can you please vocalize my brilliance like Polly does a little bit more on the podcast? I like this. It's nice.
Absolutely. So anyway, So hopefully it'll be one. I may or may not be around. I mean, I may be in the hospital. I may.
The first man to die from hot sauce.
Yeah.
It was the fourth one. R.I.P. Mark.
Oh my God.
Please don't die from hot sauce.
Yeah. So anyway, Paulie, thanks so much.
Yeah, Polly, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again next time.